The King of Dokkan has returned. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the details for the upcoming EZA for the AGL GOGETA Blue and the Fizz Super Saiyan Full Power BROLY from the Dragon Ball Super BROLY movie. Now, this is exciting. We were all wondering when they were going to EZA, and then when they announced on the live stream, the anticipation only grew, and we finally have the details, being that we are 2 days out from their release. So let's go ahead, let's jump over to Twitter here. Let's take a look at Garesh's page, courtesy for him for getting these translations out. So let's start with the Super Saiyan Gogeta. He is a Movie Heroes or Fusion category key 3 HP attack and defense 170, so he's not exactly the highest leader skill for either of those, right? For Fusion, our highest leader skill specifically towards Fusion is 180 with the third year LRs, and Movie Heroes, obviously we have several 200% leads for Movie Heroes, so I don't imagine you're running this guy as a leader, but still nice that it's just a flat 170 across the board. On his passive, he is key to, this is in the Super Saiyan form, he's key to attack and defense 140%, and he gains an additional attack and defense 50% when attacking. He is effective against all types, which means you do want to go additionals in the hidden potential system, with a high chance to evade enemies' attacks. So a 50% chance of evasion, and he transforms after the 5th turn, I believe, are the conditions. Typically, they don't change the conditions with EZAs, and I feel like they would have said something if they did, but who knows? Typically, it does require a lot more than simply EZA-ing the unit to change the conditions for a transformation, according to certain data miners, so I wouldn't anticipate a change there. On his super attack, he's greatly raising attack and defense, he's greatly raising attack and raising defense for 1 turn and causing immense damage. So if you have your additionals, at least his second and third attack will be slightly stronger, as well as giving him extra defense. Now, because he's only a 1-turn raise and he's dodging, I mean, I think they realized most people are going to be running this guy in the 3rd slot, so, you know, he's a decent 3rd slot filler unit, right? You don't need to do anything with him. He's not providing anything to the team where he needs to stay on rotation, and basically all they did was take his base passive and up the numbers, which is nice, right? They gave him more attack and defense, they kept his effective against all types, and they increased his chance to evade. So they didn't do much, but what they did was enough to push him a little bit ahead as far as current content is. Now, once he transforms after the 5th turn, right? It is the 5th turn, right? Let's double check here. Yeah, 5th turn. Okay, so once he transforms after the 5th turn, his passive is now key 3. He's attack and defense 150%. He gains an additional attack and defense 50% when attacking. So he'll be, when he's attacking, he's 200%, right? His attacks are all critical hits, so even more reason to be full additional on this guy. He has a great chance to, wow, a great chance. That's a 70%, so they gave him UI Goku status on the dodges. Nice. Great chance to evade enemy attacks, and he gains an additional key to an attack 50% for 4 turns after evading. I don't think the key would be necessary. Like, if you're running him on Movie Heroes, like, key is a non-issue, right? But that extra attack 50% really going to help him out for 4 turns, especially when you include the fact that he is greatly, I'm going to say that again, greatly raising attack and defense for 4 turns. This guy is, I mean, just looking at how this is set up, knowing how he already performs without the EZA, right? He's good without the EZA, he just didn't have the numbers. Now he's got the numbers, right? So this guy, I think, is going to be really good. Like, we compare that to what he was before. He was only 130% on his transformation. He did have his critical hits, and he only had a high chance. So they took everything, buffed it, but then they also gave him that little bit extra on top of the greatly raising attack and defense to make him just good enough to be on your team. I'm going to say, like, he's probably got a solid slot as a floating unit on the superhero or the Movie Heroes team. Probably more so Movie Heroes, right? Because on, unless you're running the gods on the superhero team, but you know, he has access to the LR Gods, Godku, you know, all of those more Super Saiyan Blue type characters or Super Saiyan God type characters that would have the Link set to go with him. But all in all, I like what I'm seeing from Gogeta. But let's see how Broly compares, right? Because Broly was an AoE unit in his base form, and then, you know, he gets additionals when he goes Super Saiyan full power. So let's kind of see what they did here. So according to Garesh's translation, he is movie bosses or full power, key 3, HP, attack, and defense 170. So now we have that 170 lead for full power for the extreme side of things. Remember, we did have tech super full power Saiyan for Goku as the super class version. Now we have the extreme class version. Movie bosses, we've already got several good other movie bosses leaders, so I wouldn't worry too much about that, but I mean, it's there. His passive is key 6 attack and defense, so it's basically auto supering, right? When you consider leader skill is giving 6 key already with 2 leaders, so that's an auto super. He's attack and defense 150%. He gains an additional attack and defense 120%, so what is that? Just 270 attack and defense, and performs an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack if there is one enemy at the start of the turn. Okay, so he's got a lot of extra attack and defense when only facing one enemy. He gets an additional attack and defense 150 and performs an additional super attack if there are 2 or more enemies. So if you are running ESBR, right, you are guaranteed 2 supers with 300% attack and defense, so pretty good. He does transform after the 5th turn, just like the Gogeta. On his super attack, he's greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn, so that's really nice, especially when you consider in like SBR or whatever, or the beginnings of certain red zone stages where there are multiple enemies. He's got a guaranteed 2nd super, so that's a 50% raise for 2 turns, so 100% raise on his stats. That's pretty good in his base form. Definitely, they're definitely looking more like gonna be on the SBR side of things, ESBR even. But we'll have to see in game how he works. I don't like the fact that they should have just given him a 2nd auto super, no matter whether it was against multiple enemies or not. I don't like this high chance, because it's only a 50% chance to do a 2nd super, right? That is unfortunate, and we could see with characters like Gohan, who only have that 50% chance, like, sometimes it just don't happen, right? And it could cost you the turn. So once he transforms, though, into super full power Saiyan Broly, he is key 8, so again, auto super basically. Attack and defense 200%, performs an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. He has an additional attack and defense. Whoa! Alright, so he's getting 400% if he's only facing 1 enemy at the start of the turn, plus his extra 100% defense. That's pretty crazy. Now he gains an additional attack and defense 120% if there are 2 or more. So if somehow you make it to turn 5 in SBR, you might have a problem, right? Because you're not getting nearly as much as you would when facing only 1 enemy. Now he does perform an additional super attack for the rest of battle, starting from the turn where he has launched the 3rd super attack in battle. So if you had this guy built for... Well, actually, that's not... Does it carry over from base form, right? Like, if you're in base form and you launch 3 supers before he transforms, does that carry over? I'm not sure. I'm actually kind of curious, though. Right? Like, if he got an additional on the 1st turn, but then only got 1 the next turn, when he transforms on turn 5, assuming you had turn 1, would that work? If somebody knows in the comments, let me know, but I feel like it should. But we'll have to see. Otherwise, you know, launching 3 turns, so 3 turns from here, unless you've got additionals in him, then he gets a guaranteed 4th super attack. His super attack is only raising attack and defense for 1 turn. However, it is massively lowering defense. So events where that's actually helpful, you could do that. Although I feel like most events by turn 5, when he would transform, that doesn't even matter. I don't even think you can use that effect in most events, but it's there. Honestly, I think he's better in other events where he doesn't transform, right? Like, if you're clearing before turn 5, I honestly feel like his base form is better. Just looking at this, I mean, I could be wrong. The 4 supers that he can do in his full power form, it's still probably pretty useful. I'm not going to say they like the Gogeta. I mean, the Gogeta does seem really good, but both of them, you know, end of day, we need to wait until we get the data download and we can see what they're looking like in game. We don't want to make our final judgment until we have a chance to use them. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think we can find uses for all of these guys. AoE units, even though they aren't always useful in red zone, are still very, very helpful for clearing out ESBR sometimes, right? So you can't immediately dismiss Fizz Broly here on those grounds, since to me that's still a very, very useful ability. So unfortunately, we didn't get any other details for any other EZAs here. We did only get the Gogeta and Broly, although that's what everybody is concerned about, but we didn't hear anything about this Gohan yet. So I'm curious if he's going to EZA sometime soon as well. We know his file for the sticker effect is in the data. We just don't know when he's going to EZA. But we did also get details tonight on the next red zone stage, next to 3 and 4, which will be versus the Cell and the Gammas 1 and 2. So this should be fun. I'm excited. We got a lot of good things coming up here in the next couple of days. Again, these guys are dropping on the 5th. We'll know an exact time once the data download hits. But I'm excited. Both of these guys look good, and hopefully you guys are excited too for these EZAs. So that's it for the video, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, what do you guys think of Gogeta Blue and Broly, and which one are you liking more? Right now I'm kind of definitely liking the way Gogeta Blue looks, although my Broly is 90% versus my 55% Gogeta. So we'll have to see how things work out, but I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.